Altcoins are going to be huge this year, and if, like me, and you do not have a bottomless pit of cash to be investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum, we want to be focusing our attention on the smaller cap altcoins which have the potential to maximize our profits. Navigating the endless list of altcoins which are now available can be overwhelming, and if you're new to the market, it can be very difficult to try and work out the good from the bad. So today we're going to go over a couple of altcoins and a couple of different narratives that I think can help us get closer to achieving our financial goals. Now, if you have been following my channel, then you will know about my little side portfolio, which is the 1k to 10k portfolio, and I have a feeling that it's nearly time to make our third buy for it. So these three that we're covering today are three that I would like to put into the portfolio, but we're sticking to one at a time. So let me know in the comments below which one is your favourite and which one you feel has the most potential. So first up today we have AVAX. So AVAX is the native coin of the Avalanche project, and many people do tend to relate this to Ethereum, as it's also an open source blockchain platform that allows anybody to write and deploy smart contracts and to build decentralized applications. So they had their launch of the mainnet in 2020, and since then they have focused on cultivating their ecosystem of decentralized applications and decentralized finance. So various different Ethereum based projects including SushiSwap, TrueUSD, they've both seamlessly integrated with Avalanche. So the only thing that people are actually wanting to know is, why is it a good investment? So through their strategic partnerships and huge updates that they have done, Avalanche is pushing the boundaries of what is possible on blockchain. So from improving interoperability with a Bitcoin bridge to expanding its NFT marketplace and forming key collaborations, they've demonstrated their commitment to the growth and the innovation. And this is one of the main reasons that I really think this is a great investment for the bull run. So if we quickly take a look at how the token has been performing, we can see that it has already got a $20 billion market cap. So this is a larger market cap than what I would like normally, but I do think that this has still got solid potential for good returns on it. So currently the circulating supply is at 377 million, and we have a maximum supply here of 715 million, nearly 716 million really when we look at it. So fully diluted market cap here would be 38 billion, 316 million USD. So the previous all-time high for this, we did hit this on November 21st of 2021. So this was 2 years ago, pretty much the peak of the bull run previously, and it did reach $146. Currently we're sitting at $53. So we need around about a 3x to be able to reach this, which I think is completely possible, especially with this one. And if we look at how it's performed, so if we look at it over all time, we can see that obviously this is when it hit its peak of the bull run, and then we obviously had the crash of 2022 and 2023, but since then it has been slowly regaining traction, and then it's come into this bullish trend here since pretty much the start of the year. I believe end of last year, start of this year, it's really started to take off, and in the last month alone we're up 34%, which is obviously really good. Now next up we have Arweave. So we did go over this recently in another video, so I'm not going to bore everyone with the same details of it, but this is one that I am super keen on simply because of the way that I can see the adoption of the real world use cases with it. So their key objective revolves around offering permanent file storage and filling in a gap which has been untouched by conventional cloud computing providers. So rather than solely focusing on cost and performance benchmarks, Arweave have been aiming to introduce a service that was previously inaccessible, and this is utilising permissionless crypto economic incentives. By prioritising longevity and immutability, Arweave is providing a unique solution for users who are seeking to securely store data for extended periods and transcending the limitations of the traditional cloud storage options. So I find Arweave interesting personally because it ventures into what is a relatively untapped market, so whilst they're leveraging the power of the blockchain technology to also do this. So even though its primary focus is on providing permanent storage solutions, it also has the capacity to address the current demands that we have for data storage in general. So Arweave's network is witnessing some seriously rapid expansion, and this has been evident from its processing of nearly 2 billion transactions. So they published this in their end of quarter report for 2023. So this was up an increase of 427% from 2022, and also the number of addresses holding Arweave, and this was up by nearly 40% over the same time period, which to me confirms it is experiencing rapid adoption. So this growth has been fueled by its increasing adoption within different sectors, which is obviously including their emerging NFT projects and DeFi platforms such as Yearn Finance, Uniswap V2 and also SushiSwap. So from what I can tell, Arweave appears to be heading in a fairly promising direction, especially considering the growing demand for permanent storage solutions. And with the exponential growth which has been expected in the data sector over the coming years, I think that Arweave is definitely a good long-term choice for me. So again, if we quickly take a look at how the coin has been performing, so this has a market cap of 2 billion, so it's a little bit lower than what Avalanche was, but still quite a large cap coin for what I would usually go for. But we can see that circulating supply, there is already over 99% of its capped maximum supply already in circulation. So it does have a cap of 66 million Arweave, and its previous all-time high was hit in again November of 2021. So this was obviously again peak bull run. A lot of all-time highs you'll see are obviously going to be in the bull runs, but this hit $90. Currently, we are sitting at $39, so we need just over a 2x again for this to reach its previous all-time high, which I think is, given the developments and the adoption that we can see coming with this, is more than reasonable. Like, I would expect it to do a lot more than just hit its previous all-time high. So in the last month, we're up 52% already, and if you take a look at the chart here, you can see this spike. So obviously, again, all-time high 2021, and then we had the crash of 22 and 23, and then it kind of was just sideways trading for a little bit. It didn't really do an awful lot, and then from pretty much February, actually, it has taken off. You can see this. I think we are currently experiencing, it's not even really a pullback, you couldn't call it that, but you can see the little dip from where it was. If we look at it over this one, it's down very slightly, but not a dramatic amount. But obviously dips and pullbacks like this are great investment times if you're looking for an entry into these kind of particular coins, but don't want to be buying when it's obviously sitting at these little peaks here. It's better to wait until it's either kind of trending sideways. So you can see here trending sideways. This whole month's been I wouldn't really say sideways, but this would have been a really good opportunity as well. So you want to get it when it's either sideways or when we're on a little bit of a correction is good times to be buying. Don't want to buy when everything is all green. So the last one that we are going to go over today, and this falls under the real world asset sector, which I think is going to surprise everyone this bull run, because I'm not sure, maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I haven't really been looking out for it, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about this sector as much as they are, for example, AI or the gaming sector. So we're going to look at our microcap, which is Realo. So the token Realo was launched through a fair launch process without any ICO or pre-sale, and it operates across multiple blockchains. So it operates across ETH, Algo and XLM, So Realo's mission is to create more efficient and transparent financial systems that empowers investors and issuers. The platform harnesses blockchain technology to provide a suite of services encompassing tokenization, digital asset assurance, and secondary market trading. It also hosts various applications, so they have the Realoverse and the upcoming Freehold wallet. So this is the Freehold wallet that they are going to be running on the Realo network. So it is a non-custodial multi-chain DeFi wallet app, and it is a hybrid design that builds transactions with complexity seamlessly whilst giving control of private keys to users. So obviously, I've spoke about kind of custodial wallets before. That's how I lost in the last bull run, was obviously I held all of my portfolio in a custody wallet with Celsius. So Celsius went bust, so did my funds. So we like non-custodial ones. Remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, blah, 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 all that stuff. So this is what they are currently working on. Highlights of it: user-friendly transaction signing and multi-chain support, optional key backup, easy to use and portable for DeFi applications, fee on and off ramp is built in, which is obviously super helpful, and simplified core component of the Web3. So this is one of their big updates to the network. So if we take a look at the Realo token and see how this is doing, so currently, again, it is a microcap coin where it's currently sitting at 15 million. So this has a lot of room to be able to move. And the circulating supply we're at currently, now not a fan of this, but I do believe there is a release schedule for it, but don't hold me to that. We're at 8% of the circulating supply having been released. So the maximum supply of it is 75 million. We currently have just over 6.5 million, which are in circulation. So the previous all-time high that we had for it was November 12th, 2021. So again, peak of the bull run previously. So if you look at it over the all-time, so I think this was roughly, it's not a very old coin. It was only released in 2020, so we don't have a lot of kind of historical data to look back on it. But we can see 2022 and 2023 were not very kind to it, but it has since, I would say here, so since around March of last year, it has been on a very, very slow but still a bullish trend where it's obviously eventually broken out here and just taken off. So in the last month, we're up 153%, which is insane. And actually, I was just looking at what we started the year on with it. And I believe, yes, so we started the year on 70 cents and we're now at $2.33. So it's obviously experiencing some pretty rapid growth with it, which is always a really positive sign. So we can see it also isn't currently yet listed on a lot of exchanges. We're not on really any centralized exchanges just yet. I mean, we can get it on Mexi, but that's the only one that I really know. I've heard of OKX, but I've never actually used it. So I think as well, once it gets listed on more exchanges and becomes more available, this is when we really start to see the rapid growth on these, as obviously more retail can then come into it. So choosing altcoins for these little lists is always difficult, but I always tend to choose what my top 3 are over different sectors, but also trying to make sure that we cover different ones so we're not just always mentioning the same ones. So before any comments come asking why ICP is not here, yes, I still love ICP, yes, I still hold it, but we do want to expand and diversify our portfolio. So these are the 3 that I am currently weighing up for the next 1K portfolio buy. And personally, I feel like my favourite one out of these 3 is going to be Realo and the Rio token. But honestly, I do have faith in all of them to perform well this bull run. So to finish up, you know that I love a community vote. So there should now be a little vote up in the community tab. So head over onto that, place your vote, which one out of these 3 is your favourite. And I will see you next time.